You know, after starting to play through P3 and everything, I've kind of realized how drastic Akihiko has grown. I mean, you can still tell it's him, but man, he's grown quite a lot. Just saying. And he's gotten like a heck more muscular and everything. But also, he doesn't stand a chance against us because, well, it's Chie and everything. And okay, I did not know he could do that move. Anyway, we're just going to power charge really quick. Which, gosh dang it, I love it. Oh, gosh dang it, can I just burst, please? Thank you. I wasted it anyway. Okay. Anyway, I guess we're just going to finish him off the old-fashioned way instead of galactic punting him. And, okay. Another thing about Akihiko, he has his Persona Caesar, which draws you towards it. It's odd, but it works with him. Oh, my gosh. That was a hard fight. But
I won?
Looks like it.
I won! Akihiko-san stands up and quietly speaks to me.
Chie, what are you gonna do when you get to Labrys?
What will I do when I get to her? I need to answer this properly, too. Now that I've won, I can't just make up anything.
I'm gonna apologize for saying such awful things to her. But that's not all. I want to talk to her. Really come to an understanding with her. Even if things are too painful for you to endure on your own, you can still overcome them if you have friends to help. I know that. And I want to show her that too. That's why I won't let her be alone. No matter what.
No, it's no good. I wanted her to be strong and straightforward, but my feelings got ahead of my brain, and I couldn't say it the way I wanted to. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing, but that's honestly how I feel. I stand there sheepishly, but Akihiko's expression softens and he smiles. It's not the same as the determined smile he had before. This is a kind one.
You remind me a little of my friends.
Your friends?
I'm sure you'll be able to do the right thing. Do what your heart tells you.
With that, he takes off his cape and sits on the ground. He hasn't said anything more, but I can tell what he means. Hurry up and go in my place. That's what he's saying, right?
Okay. Thank you very much.
I thanked him before I realized what I was saying. I mean, Akihiko believed in me. Even though we just met, he's placing his faith in me. I may not be the best talker, but we've communicated with our fists, and we've come to an understanding. Then, all I can do now is run. My legs, my heart, everything feels light. I should be able to reach out to that girl now, for sure!
I finally made it back.
While I was on the way, Reisei-chan contacted me. Labrys and her shadow seem to have returned to the announcement room together. If they're together, then it most likely means that Labrys has been taken captive by the shadow. If they're in the same place, then Akihiko and I were made to fight just to buy them time. Luckily, Reisei-chan says that she's already escaped to a different room. She's complaining about how heavy Kanji-kun is, too. I guess he hasn't woken up yet. In any case, when I open this door, it'll be a one-on-one battle against the shadow. I take a deep breath and open the door.
Miss Labrys? Are you here?
That man told you to come here, didn't he?
The moment I enter, a sharp voice calls out to me. I see the speaker standing alone in the center of the room. Is she the shadow? No, this is Labrys herself. Of course, her shadow has to be watching from close by, too. I can't let my guard down.
He didn't. I came here because I wanted to.
You just want to capture me like all the others. Well...
Labrys reaches out for the battle axe attached to her back. I can see in her eyes that she's serious about this.
Labrys, I didn't come here to fight you.
I'm never going back there. I never want to get put through that again. I'm gonna run away. Just you watch me. If anyone gets in my way, I'll stomp them all.
It's no use. She's not listening. She's completely worked up. It must be because her past was so painful. But I need her to calm down right now. I brace myself for the fight and get ready.
Sorry, I can't stop now. There's something I need you to know.
Alright, time for the 7th time we've had to fight... Actually, wait, no. This is actually the 6th time we've had to fight Labrys. Because we only fought her twice in Yu's story and everything, and 3 times in Yosuke's. So now we're gonna have to fight her, like, 3 more times, since this is going more so the way Yosuke's story did instead of Narukami's. Anyway, we're just gonna use the good old galactic punt on her. Sorry, Labrys. Booyah!
Why? Why won't anyone understand?
Labrys, I wanted to...
I kneel down to talk to Labrys, who's on the floor. The scenery beyond the glass walls begins to distort. This! What is this? It's so horrifying that I almost fall backwards. These things shaped like people are hanging everywhere. There's a giant furnace-like object in the center, and more of the things crammed into like trash. What in the world is this? Don't tell me. Is this what Labrys has been kept hidden inside her heart? When I come back to my senses, I notice that the shadow has appeared behind Labrys.
Don't you get it? That'll never happen.
You!
Of course Chie-san's angry. You did lie to her after all. And wow, you didn't hesitate for a second to attack her. So you do want her to suffer then. You want to make her go through what you did, right? That's not true. You want the everyday boys and girls to experience what you had to go through, right? That's why we're in a school having a fighting tournament. You want to see close friends fight for their lives against each other. Because if they do that, then they might understand. You want to make them understand. That ain't true!
Labrys clutches her head. I try to reassure her, but nothing I say seems to reach her. It's like the shadow is the only voice she can hear. The shadow twists its mouth into a smile and continues whispering into Labrys' ear.
It was all for nothing. It just left you more of an outcast than ever. It's all right, though. I'll take care of everything from here. You are me, after all. I'll destroy anyone who doesn't understand you and comes to get in your way. Just like you once did. Stop it! That's all a lie. You're not me.
Labrys, no!
You can't be me! Finally! You finally said it!
Here we go.
I can be myself! Yes, the power!
The shadow going berserk? No matter how many times I see it, it's still overwhelming. But now isn't the time to think about stuff like this. Labrys goes limp and falls to the floor. I stand between her and the shadow to protect her.
Okay, just wait for me.
I'm exhausted from today's series of battles. The shadow has an immense power. And even worse, I'm all alone in this fight. It's unlike anything from last year. But I'm surprisingly confident in myself. Of course I'm nervous, but I have a strong resolve, and it makes up for any fear I might have. I mean, this is my wish after all. It's my dream too.
Sure to protect you. If this is about wanting to protect someone, I damn well won't lose.
Shadow Labrys once again! Man. We're gonna have to fight her a lot in this Let's Play now that I think about it. I know that this has been like one thing that I've been bringing up a lot during Chie's story and everything. And I should probably just bring up a few other things. Like, okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. Gosh dang it, I love what they did with Chie's like moveset in this game, because gosh, or like just her sprite work in general is just so adorable. My gosh. And her galactic hand, or like not galactic hand, gosh dang it, God's hand looks awesome as well. Okay, ow. Alright, there we go. Now let's just give it the royal punting, like so, and finish this.
It's over.
The shadow finally stops moving. I also sink to my knees as the tension drains out of me. But Labrys is safe. She's still trembling behind me, but at least she's not hurt. I was able to protect her, right?
Why? Huh? Why did you protect me? Weren't you mad?
Yeah, I can't blame her for thinking that. I was really angry back then, after all. I didn't even try to understand what Labrys was feeling. But seeing Labrys with that blank look on her face is funny for some reason. I can't help but laugh.
I wasn't mad at all. Actually, it's you who should be mad at me. I said so many awful things to you. I'm really sorry.
I could never be angry at you. I'm the one who did all those awful things.
Labrys looks over to the shadow. There's pain on her face. I wonder if she still can't completely accept her shadow. No, of course she can't. It's not something that you can just accept without a lot of soul searching. She'd spent this whole time being tormented by what the shadow represented. Considering that Labrys seems like a serious person, she might be the type to think that everything is her responsibility. But that's not true. There's no need for her to bear this alone. I want to tell her that so badly right now.
Hey, about this Grand Prix. I mean, yeah, it was tough, but it wasn't all bad.
Huh?
It taught me a lot of important things.
My weakness, the ambiguity of the dream I embraced, and I also was able to remember again the fact that I'm not alone. Just as the shadow said, my weak self may never completely disappear, but I can face that. I mean, I have friends with me after all. I'm not alone. That's why I'll be alright. I'll overcome it no matter how many times I need to from now on.
That's why I want to thank you. And your other self over there, too. I still don't know what kind of pain you've been through. So tell me about it. I want you to tell me everything, like how you feel and what you're thinking.
Tell you about myself?
Mm-hmm. I'll listen. If you have something that's too painful to bear alone, then let's work it out together.
Together? I'm not alone anymore?
I nod back to her. After hearing my words, Labrys finally looks up and looks to her other self. She's still trembling, but she isn't looking away anymore. I was so bad at explaining myself, but I think she understands what I was trying to say. Labrys stands up and walks towards her other self. I watch her as she walks over to the shadow, standing tall. Her posture tells me how she feels. It says, I'm all right now.
I'm sorry I ignored you all this time. I was the one who left you all alone. No. You are me, after all. This is my persona.
Now that Labrys has accepted herself, she turns toward me. That's when she finally smiles. It's a smile from the bottom of her heart that I can tell she's never shown at anyone before. It makes even my heart skip a beat. Man, this girl is really pretty. I take Labrys with me, and we go to everyone who has been trapped by the walls created by the tournament's rules. The invisible walls have disappeared and everybody should be free now. Also, I hope Yosuke didn't pee his pants. We go around to each place. Yukun, Yosuke, Yukiko, and Teddy. Rizichan brought Kanji who had finally woken up. Even Naoto-kun showed up, and she shouldn't even be here. She told us that she just happened to be back in town because of the job she was doing. Eventually, we all got to the school's rooftop as a big group. When we open the door to the rooftop area, we see something surprising. This isn't the rooftop at all. Instead, the area before us was that studio-like place that we had used as the entrance area to the TV world during the case last year. It should have disappeared after that, but it looks like it got restored when Labrys entered the TV world and the school was created. True, once the Midnight Channel started airing again, people would start talking or taking an interest like last year. So maybe that's why the studio place came back. Still, the investigation team is back together again. This would be the perfect time. Labrys was hiding behind me, but I reached around and shoved her in front of me towards my friends.
I have someone to introduce to you guys. This here is Labrys-chan.
Chie-san?
I explain everything that's happened to everyone. I tell them that Labrys is a victim of the events that took place here. And even though she has an obviously mechanical body, her heart is that of a human. Her shadow had come out of her and was the one who masterminded this tournament. But Labrys has accepted it and everything's been solved. And everything else that I may be forgetting right here. This is the third time today that I've had to explain all this, so I think I've gotten pretty good at it. Labrys looks anxious while I talk, but the first one to speak up after I'm done is Yukun. I expected as much. He is our leader after all.
That must have been tough. You feeling okay?
Huh?
Having a shadow come out of you is pretty draining. Seriously, I was ready to collapse for a few days when it happened to me.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing that you're able to stand like that on your own.
Labrys looks back between me and everyone else with utter surprise. No one minds Labrys, and they keep trying to talk to her, all speaking at the same time.
Could it be because she's a mech? Wow! Isn't it cool for a mech like her to have a heart?
I can't think of any way it could be weirder than an idol, a detective, and a tame shadow, but here we are.
I don't know. I think Teddy was even crazier. The way he grew a body inside of himself from scratch.
I'm still thinking about how the heck he pulled that off.
I am more intrigued by her than Teddy, though. May I examine your internal workings for a bit?
Now, Chun, if you're going to touch anyone's internal workings, do mine!
Dang it, Teddy.
With all due respect, I shall have to decline.
Man, I don't blame her for going all quiet right now. I tap Labrys on the shoulder, seeing that she's at a loss for words.
Wrong, Labrys?
Oh, well, I thought that everyone would be angrier.
That's what I thought. But Labrys, you got it all wrong.
What would we be angry about?
Now that it's over, it wasn't all that bad.
Ooh, the battle to decide the strongest man was pretty intense, though.
Hmm? Is that what it was about?
Well, they may be taking it in stride a little more than is normal, but no one would hate you, Labrys.
Labrys looks at each person's face. Everyone's smiling, aren't they? I'm not lying.
Chie-san, thank you so much.
Jeez, you're so formal. You can just call me Chie. We're friends, remember?
Friends.
You can just call me Yukiko, too.
And you can just call me Prince Teddy.
That's longer than your real name, though.
Go back to the Wild Kingdom where you belong. Oh, would the carnivore like to join him?
What did you call me? Go back to the Disappointment Ranger Ressentiment hideout.
You've got it all wrong. Ressentiment is French. Mal is pronounced completely different from the man in Featherman.
It seems he's smarter than he looks.
Oh, sheesh. We're wrapping up everything so well, and then Yosuke has to go on about stupid stuff. And we keep sniping at each other like this. Labrys is going to pull back into her shell. We just got her talking! Or so I thought. Labrys burst out into laughter. That alone warms my heart. The case is finally over, and realization is finally hitting me. Well, the realization is finally hitting me. As I sigh in relief, some more people appear behind us.
Looks like everything's working out nicely.
That red cape, it's Akihiko! Could the other two ladies with him be his friends? I sense Labrys go tense next to me. That's right, he said that he was going to take her back. I step forward as if protecting Labrys. Not that I'm making a scene about it, but just in case.
So you're Satonaka. Akihiko told me about you. I'm Mitsuru Kirijo. In a way, you could say that I'm Labrys' handler.
The beautiful woman in the coat introduces herself. Kirijo. That sounds familiar. Didn't Akihiko-san mention that name too?
I'm Aigis. Thank you so much for saving my older sister.
Older sister? Then are you Labrys' younger sister? Wait, then are you a machine too?
Yes, I too am a robot.
Aigis-san smiles. I take a closer look at her, and it's true, her body is mechanical. Just like Labrys. I mean, it's kind of obvious if you look at her shoulders, but oh well. Wow, all these robot girls running around. This is so futuristic. Who in the world made something like them? Wait a sec. Kirijo! Does that mean the Kirijo group? That Kirijo? That's a seriously gigantic corporation! And if that's her last name, then... Oh, crud! These people are from a completely different world than the rest of us. I unconsciously stand up straighter. No, I can't lose my nerve. I have to make sure I stand my ground. I can't let them take Labrys away.
Chie-chan, it's okay.
Just as I open my mouth with resolution, Labrys stops me as if she guessed what I was going to say. She steps around from behind me, and I swear I'm losing my voice, oh goodness. Then she steps forward toward Mitsuru-san and the others.
You've come to take me away, yeah? I'm ready.
Labrys?
Chie-chan, I can't ask for anything more. I've made so many friends, and you've all accepted me. I'll be okay now.
But if you're caught, that's not okay.
She went through so much pain, and we just became friends too. I want to spend more time laughing with her. I squeeze Labrys' hand. Labrys looks slightly troubled. A heart-rending face that looks like she might be crying and smiling at the same time.
I'm sorry to interrupt the heated discussion, but I have no intentions of sealing you away.
Huh?
Your shadow going berserk was an irregularity caused by this world. It wasn't due to any malfunction in you. Luckily, because of what happened, you are now in complete control of your persona. Isn't that so, Akihiko?
Yeah, that's right.
Akihiko nods along with Mitsuru-san's words. Huh? But Akihiko-san wasn't there when Labrys gained her persona. As my gaze is wandering, Akihiko-san glances towards me in a significant way. Could it be that he helped us out? Not only is he strong, he's so understanding. He is a real man.
Not gonna be locked up?
Yes! I'm so glad for you, Labrys.
This is like a dream. I can't believe this. Thank you, Chie.
Ah, not again.
Labrys?
Ah, crud. Here we go again. Labrys suddenly stops moving. The way she stopped was odd. Akihiko-san and the others seemed to have noticed as well, and they furrow their brows. That's when...
It's not over yet.
What was that? That wasn't Labrys' voice. It is emanating from Labrys, but it's completely different.
Is this the same communication system we use? Everyone, step away from Labrys.
Mitsuru-san raises her voice as Labrys brandishes her battle axe. A metallic blade, almost as tall as she is, gouges at the ground. Small chips of concrete brush past my cheek as the floor breaks up. That was close! I mean, what's going on? I look back to Labrys in confusion, there is no light in her eyes.
What the? I cannot gain access. She is being hacked. It isn't coming from inside this facility. The signal originates elsewhere.
You mean outside the TV?
This is just a little extra resistance. Now, entertain me.
The voice that comes back sounds nothing like her original voice. Within the blink of an eye, Labrys dashes towards me. There is no hesitation in her movement. If I don't brace myself, I'll be going down!
Why do we have to fight each other again?